have been talking about the importance of Yatras, and Guruji gave a lot of importance to it. He has spent considerable time and attention to various Yatras he undertook within India and also outside India. A rough count could be that he made nearly 78 Yatras with quite a number of people following him, and many more short Yatras with limited number of people. He was crisscrossing the country and the globe that I prefer to classify them rather than to present it chronologically. From the point of view of importance, we would just say the Yatras that he undertook in the north of India. I would first start with Kashi. Every Hindu all over the world has been longing to see Kashi at least once in his lifetime. Not now, since ages. Today, even the foreigners long to come to Kashi and spend some time. Kashi is one of the most ancient cities of the whole world. To make you understand, I would present its antiquity this way. Krishna is about 5,000 old today. Rama is another 3,000 years earlier. Rama was the 63rd king of his dynasty, and Harishchandra was quite senior to him. Kashi was an important city, civilized city, even during the times of Harishchandra. Now we can imagine how old the Kashi could be. And you could put a question as, why should the Hindus long to visit Kashi at least once in a lifetime? Today at least we can go in the morning from our house and return to our house in the evening by visiting Kashi. But in those days, it could take about months of travel to reach Kashi and back. People used to settle all their properties, give all messages to everybody, and then leave for Kashi. They were not very sure they could return alive. That was the position then. Even then, everyone would like to visit Kashi at least once in their lifetime. Kashi is the ultimate destination of a jiva, and it is said that it liberates you, and the definition itself is said, Asi Varnayor Madhyadeshe Mahasmasane Anandavane, like that. This ordinary smasana makes your physical body disappear. Mahasmasana makes your jiva itself disappear. That means you get liberation. That is the definition given. Probably you hear alternatively names like Kashi and Varanasi. I gave this definition with respect to Varanasi, but we always say Kashi. Kashi is a kingdom and Varanasi was its capital. Today it is used interchangeably. We don't make any distinction between Kashi and Varanasi. We are using them both together in the same manner. And the Kashi's antiquity is such that the Lord placed his foot first on Kashi, being enamored about its beauty. He saw a beautiful forest with fauna and flora, so pleasing to him and giving him so much of Ananda, and he called it as Anandavan. Then he placed his feet and said that this will be the place of liberation, and I will not forsake this place. Vimukta is forsaking. Avimukta is not forsaking. So the god then was called Avimukteswara. That is today is taken as Vishwanatha. So the Lord's promise is there that he will never forsake that place and the devotees, and he would grant them the liberation at the end of their life. Such is the greatness of the place. But unfortunately, what happened? It was subjected to repeated attacks by the invaders, and even at the time of Yuan Song, he said there was 100 feet tall idol. What he meant, we don't know. Was it a linga, or was it a figure of Shiva himself? We don't know. But he did not specify that. But there was a structure like that, and it was worshipped at that time. Then, in the course of time, they built a temple, and the temple was repeatedly razed to the ground by the invaders and reconstructed by the genuine devotees. This went on and on together for centuries together. Only in the year 1777, Ahilya Bai constructed a small temple, the temple today that we see, for Lord Vishwanatha, and that's being worshipped. So greater temples were being destroyed continuously by the invaders. And Kashi is not that temple alone. When the Lord set his feet on the ground, he said that 5 kosas, that means nearly 15 kilometers radius, there were several temples which are also came into existence along with his presence. See, there is quite a number which is given. There were, it seems, 56 temples for Ganesha, 9 temples for Durga, and 8 temples for Bhairava, 12 temples for Surya, and 1 temple for Vishnu. And there were other temples also, totaling to 1654. Such a huge number. Today, you don't find them at all. Many of them have been destroyed and mosques built on them. So, this is the history of Kashi. Then, regarding Guruji's travel to Kashi, the first event happened in 60s. He went along with his parents and a few friends, and their idea was to perform the yajna near Jnanavapi. They did it for 40 days. We don't know, and Guruji did not tell us also about the sankalpa taken at that time. Maybe today we wish that sankalpa could be that Kashi is restored to us like Ayodhya. Anyway, during that time, in the morning they used to do yajna, and in the afternoon, Guruji and Ammagaru used to visit Kashi by foot. And it was very interesting to know, Ammagaru knew nook and corner of Kashi. She used to point out the various temples which once existed, but today it is being covered by human habitation. So she could locate many temples like that. So all these days they were exploring Kashi and seeing various temples which have gone out of public sight. This was the first trip that he made to Kashi. The second trip was not exclusive to Kashi, but it was to Kumbh Mela that took place in the year 1978. In this connection, I would give a small introduction to Kumbh Mela. Well, there is a Puranic story that Indra did, as usual, some mistake, and he was cursed to go as a donkey, and he was roaming on the seashore. And Narada appeared before him and told him, do Lakshmi Upasana, and then also you churn the ocean of milk. Then you will regain your old status. Indra did accordingly, and while churning, about 4 drops of that ocean water or milk got spilt and touched the earth at 4 locations. These 4 locations are very important, and those locations were on the river beds, and they fix the timings where people get congregated and then celebrate the Mela by taking a holy bath there. And several benefits are supposed to accrue by participating in these Melas, which are known as Kumbh Melas. And the places are you have Kashi, you have Ujjain, you have Nashik, and you have Hardwar also. So these are the 4 places which are supposed to be most important. There are other Pushkarams, we call it. They are also equivalent to these Melas, and you have for every river a prescribed time or date where such bath gets you some benefits. The benefits assured are many, and a few of them I could note from various sources. And you see, you have the sins eradicated first, Papakshayam, what they call it. Then you have the sadhana progressing very fast, and you will get the grace of the Upasana God. And then what has not been said, but what Guruji told me was, you get the redemption from the debts that you owe to your parents. Especially, for example, the debt that you owe to your mother is very difficult to discharge. And even such debts get, satisfied or cancelled by taking the bath in the Kumbh Mela. Recently, in the month of January, we had the Kumbh Mela at Prayagraj, and you know very well that it was one of the most wonderful events of the whole world. Then we had gone there, and that trip, there are several things that are important in that trip. One thing is, during these Kumbh Melas, the gurus usually visit the Mela site, and the Shishas also come there, and the Guru sees the Shishya and blesses him, with or without the knowledge of Shishya himself. Sometimes Shishas may not know that his Guru had come, but the Guru would locate him and then bless him there. So, in the year 1978, a Mahakumbh Mela that is supposed to take once in 144 years or something like that, they said, took place in Allahabad, and Guruji took about 12 of us to that Kumbh Mela. And those times, we had to walk quite a bit of distance, and we had to walk nearly about 15 kilometers or so to reach the place where we have to take the bath. And on the way, Guruji located several people who were his disciples and blessed them. And we are surprised to find that even one of the very important pontiffs of a South Indian mutt was his disciple once upon a time. Anyway, another important reason is, especially with respect to the Ganges, when Ganges came down due to the efforts of Bhagirath, it was said that all those who take baths in it, either normal days or during such Mela days, they get their sins washed. And the Ganga is supposed to absorb it. And Ganga asked Indra, who sent her, what would happen to me if I go on absorbing so much of sin of people who take bath in me, how long should I stay there? Then Indra said, look, the moment a Brahmagyani takes a bath, all the sins get evaporated, you become once again clean. And you stay there for about 5,000 years or so, and then you can come back. But she is not going back because she is being retained by the sankalpa of the subsequent saints. So Ganga continues to do the job of cleansing the sins of people even today. But the other condition is that Mahayogi or Brahmagyani has to take bath sometimes during the Mela or anyway, anytime, to see that the river is restored to its original purity or cleanliness, whatever. So, on that day, it was probably the role of Guruji to do that job. We reached the location where we have to take the bath, and he said, the moment has come. The Paramaru Guru is going to take his bath right now, and the Ganga is going to become clean, he said. Then we are looking here and there where Paramaguru could be taking his bath. Guruji went into the river and took bath there. So it took about 2-3 seconds for us to understand he represents Paramaguru to take bath and then clean the Ganga. So of course we were excited to be a witness to such a great event. And after that we could go to Kashi. Now I will come to Kashi proper. Kashi is a location which absorbs the sins that have been taken by gurus, and they can go and deposit it there and become clean once again. It is a kind of what they call sink. It's also a source that it can give you the energy, it can give you the enlightenment. It is both. It is a supplying of energy, blessings, and it is also withdrawing and sucking away all the sins. Not only to the gurus, even if ordinary devotee goes there and the fag end of his life, still maybe at 5 or 6 years of life he has left with, and that place writes off the rest of the karma, and he is made clean, and there is no purpose for which he has to live. So on his return from Kashi, he passes away. So his lifetime is cut short, because you have to live only to see that your karma gets exhausted. By going to the Kashi, the last installment of karma is taken away by the Lord there. That's the greatness of Kashi. And also, because of the promise given earlier, Guruji has said, oh, you just go there and stand. You don't have to even pray. The God knows what is required for you. And you don't have to repeatedly pray also. But only thing is, you should think that hereafter I need not have to do anything. God has going to take care of me. I am going to get liberated. That faith itself is sufficient there. But suppose somebody wants to make any conscious attempt to do something or other, Guruji gave one kind of a prescription. You stay in Kashi for about 40 days. Every day take a bath in Ganges and go to Vishwanatha and Kalabhairava. Within 40 days, your Dehatma Bhavana is gone. You are no more getting attached to your body. You feel you are different from the body. In the sadhana, there are 2 steps. First thing is, you should realize that you are not the body. Next step is, if you are not the body, who are you? You should understand that you are God. The first step, there is a participation of the sadhak. He has to make attempts like that. The second step, that make you realize that you are God. Your part is less, Guru's part is more, and you cannot get it done. It has to be given to you. That blessing has to be given to you. You cannot earn it by any amount of effort. So that part of the difficult job of realizing that you are not the body and you are something else, that happens in 40 days when you stay in Kashi continuously. The rest of it, the God takes care of it. So this is if you want to do consciously. But otherwise, if you go once and then pray there or even stand there, that is sufficient for the God to take care of you continuously. So every visit of Kashi, you can get the same benefit. That means you need not go repeatedly. That's the point. If you go once and keep that in your mind, that is itself sufficient so far as Kashi is concerned.